Hi everyone, my name is Amintas. I'm the CEO of AI Networks, a company specialized in artificial intelligence solutions. Today I want to talk to you about Bella Converse. Bella Converse is our application that allows our customers to drive rich interactions with their audiences by driving sales, generating leads, or even supporting their audiences through different types of services in a very interactive way, in a very modern way, on a 20 by 7 fashion. So before I show you some demos, let me quickly tell you about the architecture of Bella. So fundamentally, we have three main components. So component number one is what we call channels. So channels can be web connections, can be social networks connections, or even applications like WhatsApp. The second component is what we call Bella Core Engine. That's where everything happens. So that's where our machine learning engine works together with our application in a way that the conversation with your customer will seem like a natural one. Yeah, and also rich information will be displayed. Things like multimedia information, video, voice, and things like that will be held through this platform. And the third component is the back end of the solution, is where we store all the conversation, all the system informations are held, or even interfaces with different systems are also done. So, for instance, if you have a Salesforce CRM system that you want to connect with our platform, that's where it happens, or it could be Microsoft Dynamics and things like that. Okay, so with that, let's get something more practical. So let me show you the Converse in action. So in this case, I'm gonna show you a version of Bella Converse that is called Mr. Britt. That is basically an application done for a school in Brazil that aims to drive rich conversations with their audiences in a way that shows innovation, in a way that saves lots of time with emails and calls and things like that. And of course, making sure that the audience is really understanding the proposal of the institution through all these modern platforms that they are using now. So let's get started by saying hi to Mr. Britt. So as you can see, Mr. Britt is very quick and replied to me saying hi. And let me say that I'm interested in learning more about the school, so I can start making some basic questions. So let me say that I say, what are school visit hours? And as you can see, Mr. Britt was pretty quick and came back to me with information. But let's try something more sophisticated. Now I want some visual information. So I might say, can you show some student activity pictures? In this case, I'm asking for pictures, right? And there we go. Our engine was capable to collect this information internally and bring it to the user in a very fast way. But let me say now that I got excited with this picture and the information, and I want to learn more about the school, right? That's when the action really happens. So the moment our AI engine detects that there is a real interest from the user, start driving the conversation in a way that there is a goal behind that. So in this case, we want to generate a lead that in a way that we want the user to visit the school. So let me say that I say something like that. Um, Tell me more about the school. Now you're gonna see that our platform is way more talkative. So Bella is now speaking more about the school and also inviting the user to take a virtual tour. So if I say yes, now the system will bring in a menu. Since this school has more than one branch, I need to pick up the branch that I'm interested in. And now it's generating real time this virtual tour where our engine is going to the institution website, getting pictures, information, and bring this to the user in real time. That means if someone has changed the website, this information will be automatically changed. And last but not least, now the system is inviting the user to schedule a visit. So if I say yes, all the user will have to do is to fill out a quick form informing his name, email, mobile number, and the pickup date and time. And then, the schedule will be happening. So that's an interesting scenario. And as you can see, we can be as creative as we want to drive, this kind of a rich connection with the customer. So now let's move to another scenario. Let's say that I'm a student and I want to get information about my homework. So I might say, what is today home, homework? In this case, Bell is saying that she will be happy to do that, but I need to identify first. So I'll be authenticating myself via a login. So this login is done through Microsoft Live ID. So I click in here, and the information now is being captured by our platform. And once this is captured, the user will see all the homework and information that he needs to get. So in this case, the homework will come, as you can see. And now we are also using AI to offer the user an opportunity to take a quiz. So the idea here is to see if the student is learning about what he's studying. So it starts very simple with a kind of fill the blanks exercise. So I'm just answer it by clicking it. So if it's right, it's I got a thumbs up. So then the next question will come. I'll get this right as well. And then you're gonna be seeing that on the next one, instead of having the fill the blank type of a question, we are gonna be seeing a kind of a live image, so with movements and the things like that, which is another way to also see how the user reacts, and we use all this information to fill up our machine learning in a way that our system gets smarter and smarter and smarter as the conversation goes. Imagine that you could use this kind of feature for different types of applications. So this can be used for internal employee training. This can be used to interact with your customers, to play with your audience, generate more, connections in the things like that. Another exciting way to do that is to get videos. So let me say that I say, what is the video class of today? So now we are gonna be seeing a video, and this is kind of a cool because it's another way for you to interact with your users, right? So it could be used for internal training, or if you are showcasing a product and things like that. And the video could be connected with a sales pitch, and drive the user to close a deal or whatever. So that's another interesting way to run it. And one last example is, for example, if I'm a parent and I say, I want to get my kids' school records. It could be also being displayed. So in this case, the information goes through, our system gets to a legacy system that stores this information, brings, and again, this information in this case is on a student, but could be anything that we want to show. So far, as you can see, the platform is very fast and very flexible. But I want to show you something even more exciting. So for now, we just used text to interact with Bella. But let's say that I want to get something more sophisticated and I want to drive interactions by voice in a more exciting way. So what I'm gonna do here is switching my video, and here we are gonna be seeing another way to display this information. So first of all, with a more like fun way. In this case, this virtual agent that's supported by Bella Converse, of course, is capable to process voice. So let's start with something like that. Hello. And as you can see, it got my voice and came back to me with a greeting. This could be done as I did now. I just spoken, and the application came back to me with a text. But we could also get both ways. So I could have said something via voice and get a voice reply. So let's do something like that. What is a chatbot?
Mela.
And as you can see, we can play in the information will come, with voice as well. So let me say something like that. Let's say something. Uh, what is or how much is this train? I'm sorry, I should have spoken. Sorry about that. How much is this training?
The chatbot in a day workshop.
And as you can see, it comes, very quickly with the information over voice. One last demo that I want to give to you is the capability of the platform to be able to deal with different languages as well. So imagine that you have a multinational application and you want to make sure that the application is able to deal with people speaking different languages. So let's say in my case, my home language is Portuguese, and just gonna start speaking to the application in my own language. So I'm saying, hi, how are you? Now we are going to be detecting via artificial intelligence that I'm speaking Portuguese. I'm replying back to the user, using his name. And in this case, this application was programmed to come back to English. But, we could even drive the conversation in Portuguese from this point on. This could be done in German, could be done in Spanish. We support more than 20 languages nowadays, and, including Japanese. So I'm just wrote here, hello, how are you today in Japanese? This is the Japanese translation. So let's get this question here, paste it in Japanese, and there we go. Bella is gonna be replying in Japanese, and then come back to English. But we could go on with the discussion in English. Just to close the demo, so behind everything that you see, there is a platform that we call Bella Management System. So fundamentally, is a platform that allows our users to configure the application and get reports and understand what's going on without having to program anything. So in this case, I'm just logging in into this application. And one of the things that I can see is, for example, the application's log. And here I'm gonna see key information when it happened and the things like that. And I can see the discussions or whatever has been talked during a conversation. And this is pretty important because we can use it for understanding about what's going on. We can use this for statistics. We can use this to train our machine learning engine, or even to understand how the conversation is going. So for each and every interaction, we have a sentiment analysis about how the conversation is going, and then this can be used to drive different types of interactions with the user in real time. So let's say the user gets upset about something, we can get the bot, moving the conversation to someone else or doing something else and things like that. Or if the user is open, we can drive a sale and things like that. So that's basically it. I really want to thank you for your time. Think about this kind of application. More and more, we are going to be seeing less call centers and less, sales pitches without AI. So artificial intelligence is the way to go. And we have a very extensive experience in this area. And we have customers across the globe that have been, enjoying the platform. Today, we have 500,000 of users, using that. With that, thanks a lot and have a nice day.